It's been almost 6 years since I started using Kamado style grills. Today on the channel, I'm going to share with you 5 things that I love about a Kamado grill. What's up, barbecue fans? Welcome back to Patio. My name's Jake. You're watching Rum and Cook. Today on the channel, we're talking about Kamado style grills. I'm sharing with you 5 things that I love about a Kamado grill. As I said in the intro, I've been using them for almost 6 years. I started with the Kamado Joe Big Joe 24-inch, had that for a few years, sold that to my buddy, and then upgraded to the Kamado 32-inch. And let me tell you, there's a lot of things that I love about a Kamado grill. And frequently, right at the gate, I'll let you know, lots of people email me, DM me, ask me questions about, hey, Jake, if you could only have one, what would it be? And the answer is really simple. It's the Kamado grill. I don't care if it's a Big Green Egg, Kamado Joe, Kamado. There's a lot of things about one of these guys that make it a no-brainer if you could only have one. Reason number 1, versatility. Cold smoking, baking, smoking, grilling, pizzas and calzones. This guy does all of those, and it does it really, really well. So that's the real reason right there why when people ask me about only having one grill, what it would be, I mean, this guy does everything well. So it doesn't matter if you want to learn how to bake some bread, or you want to get into making pizza, you want to smoke some meat, or you just want a backyard grill. This does it all, and I can't stress it enough. It does it all really, really well. Reason number 2, flavor. Now, one of my favorite sayings is, you don't know what you don't know. And when it comes to a Kamado style grill, you don't know what you're missing until you try it. How do these guys work? Real quick. We take air in, we take air out, we use lump charcoal. The most important thing is that these guys have got some thermal mass. Depending on the brand, they're made out of different things, but what happens is that this lid and the body suck up that heat temperature, or the heat energy, and they fire that back up at the meat. So you've got this 360 degree cooking thing going on. And let me tell you, it makes some super juicy chicken. Smoked food is delicious, and because of that, even though we don't have heat coming over the top, pizza and calzones are absolutely amazing. So that's one of those things where you're gonna have to take my word for it, but let me tell you, no one is ever gonna try a Kamado style grill and be disappointed with the flavor. Reason number 3, accessories. Now, it doesn't matter what brand you have, they all have a bunch of different accessories that really take this to a whole new level. I'm talking rotisserie. You want to do rotisserie chicken, get a basket, do some wings, pork, beef, anything you want to put on a rotisserie. A lot of the brands out there have a rotisserie option, and it's just awesome, right? You got all your meat rotating around the fire, the juices are flowing through the meat, and all your fat's dripping right on the lump, and you're getting all that flavor into the food. It's delicious. All of them, to the best of my knowledge, have the option for a pizza stone, or you can buy an aftermarket pizza stone. There are a couple that have some other pizza options, but I can't stress enough, once you make pizza on something like this, you won't order it out anymore. It's amazing. In the case of the Kamado, I've got a pizza stone that sits in the dome, so I get to take advantage of the heat in the dome even more. Now, this is kind of cockeyed because I'm sitting on a couple racks there, but it's nice to have that ability. Strombolis, anything like that, but you get up into the dome and the flavor is amazing. This particular one, there's a cold smoker option that you can get. You could also just use a pellet tube in there if you want to do a short cold smoke. So that's a flexibility option for it. And there's a couple other ones, depending on what you've got. There's cast iron, there's soapstone, but you add up all these different accessories, and all of a sudden you've got a grill / smoker that goes from cold smoking to pizzas, and then you've got 3 or 4 different other options to expand the cooking ability even more. Reason number 4, and this one specific to the Kamado, it's actually one of the main reasons why I switched from a Kamado Joe to a Kamado, and that's size. This is the 32-inch version, and where that really shines is, number 1, they're an oval, so it's 32 inches this way. So this allows me to do true indirect cooking. So basket splitter in below, you put your charcoal on one side, and then there's no charcoal here, And what happens is now I can do the perfect reverse sear. If I want to have some meat over here and I'm just getting some smoke into it, or I'm just getting indirect heat to bring it up to temperature, and then I just want to sear it directly over the charcoal, I can do that. And I really did like that part of it. You can get a half rack, so now I can put a rack down below, a half rack up top. So now I've got 2-tiered cooking as well. And I can just put a lot of meat on this guy, right? Because we've got one rack below, that I've got a rack here, and then I can take the pizza stone off and I've got a top rack, and I can get, 3 butts under here easily and take advantage of all 3 layers and just put a ton of food on it. So, the Kamado Joe 24, you can put a fair amount of food on it, and you can kind of do an indirect cook, but it's not the same, right? You've got to use a deflector to really do it, and you can kind of shove the charcoal in over, but you just don't have as much room, whereas this guy, it's 100% true. I can have a whole bunch of meat that are just way off the side and not over that charcoal, and I really do like to take advantage of that part of it. The other piece of it was that now I've got a larger pizza stone, so I can do 2 smaller pizzas at the same time, versus you're a little bit limited with the other cook stone. You could only really do 1. Now that leaves us with the 5th and final, and again, this goes to Kamado, and that is overall quality of build and looks. Right, with the Kamado, you can get a whole bunch of different colors, and they're all slightly different, right? This is called cobalt blue. If you put 2 cobalt blues side by side, they would be different, because what they do is they match up all the tiles. There's over 2,000 tiles on this thing, and they make one out of it. And then they've got ones that are slightly different, and they make another. And there's a couple different shades of blue. There's some golds, there's black. There's a whole bunch of different colors. So, that's nice. You can have something a little different, personalized for you. And, these are handmade in Indonesia. So they're super high quality. These ones are made of refractory cement. There's actually a multi-layer system in here. So you've got some insulation inside of it to help retain that heat even more. And the other thing is that this particular guy weighs about 950 pounds. It took 3 or 4 of us to push it up the ramp to get it up to our patio here. But because it's got huge wheels, I can roll this around the patio, no problem, all by myself. The other thing is it's got 125 pounds of stainless steel in it. There's just no corners cut. Everything is stainless steel. The handle's stainless steel, the latch here, even where we put our cold smoker. And the final thing is that when you get one, they ship it with a whole bunch of spare parts. You're gonna get a spare gasket. You're gonna get a spare, this is for if you use a barbecue guru or something, right? If you lose that, you wanna have a spare one. So it comes with that, some spare knobs, spare gasket for your top vent. I mean, it just comes with a whole bunch of different things, grout, so you're not just buying something and then being stuck with finding other parts for it. Right? Comes with a whole bunch of parts, and then even if you need even more, they're always available to be able to send other parts. So there is not another Kamado grill on the market that's built like this. Many would say it's overbuilt. It has been labeled by various magazines and people out there that it is the best Kamado style grill on the market. And until you see one in person, you really don't understand just how much thoughtfulness and design and quality of material went into building this. It's a work of art, and you buy one once and you're not going to buy one again. This is going to last a very, very long time. So there you have it. That's the 5 things that I love about a Kamado style grill. Now listen, do I think you have to spend the money on a Kamado? No. Do I think it's worth it? Absolutely, right? There's a reason why they're expensive. There's a lot of quality components that go into making this. However, as I mentioned in the beginning, I had a Kamado Joe, Big Joe, for several years, almost 3 years before I got this guy, and I don't think you can go wrong with them either. I mean, they've got a lot of innovation. It's a good product. Big green egg. I'm not going to tell you what brand to buy. That's totally up to you. All I want you to understand is that there are a lot of things about a Kamado style grill that make it so that if you're in the market for a grill or smoker down the road or today, you should consider one of these. Are they perfect? Are there some things I don't like about it? Absolutely. If you're not subscribed yet, you should be, because I will be making a video on the things that I hate about a Kamado style grill real soon. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks as always for watching. I appreciate the support. I'll see you soon.